Oregon and Washington. Separated by 285 miles along Interstate 5, this college football rivalry has been around since 1900. There's no trophy for this border war, just hate week leading up to the showdown. This Pacific Northwest battle between the Ducks and the Huskies has a history of beef. We'll delve into all that makes this long-running rivalry special and full of animosity on this edition of Stadium Rivals. December 1st, 1900 kicked off the Washington-Oregon showdown with the Ducks dominating by a score of 43-0. The teams would flip-flop wins, each going on their own runs in the early part of the 20th century. The overall record sat at a Washington edge of 20-18-4 after the 1948 game, when according to fans, the bad blood in this rivalry truly began. In 1948, Oregon and Cal tied for the best record in the Pacific Coast Conference, leaving the conference's Rose Bowl participant up to a vote between conference members. It was assumed that the 4 California schools would vote for Cal, while the Northwest schools would go for Oregon. However, Washington voted for Cal and recruited Montana to do the same, denying Oregon an opportunity at the Rose Bowl. A newspaper at the time reported that Oregon legendary QB Norm Van Brocklin broke down and cried upon hearing the news, with coach Jim Aiken saying, "I think our football team was slighted." Might as well have said, "Game on, Washington." Despite Oregon's fury, Washington took control in the matchup, only losing twice from 1949 to 1961. But in 1962, something crazy happened. Oregon QB Bob Berry was attempting to complete a pass to running back Larry Hill in a 21-21 game when the fans got involved. This comes directly from the Eugene Register-Guard newspaper from October 28, 1962. Hill was not only defended by 2 Huskies, but hundreds of juvenile and adult fans who were milling around in the end zone when the pass eventually arrived. No fan interference in 1962, but a 21-21 tie ended the festivities. Oregon head coach Len Casanova said, "I don't know if it made any difference, but you can't run a very good pattern with 1,800 kids on the field." In 1973, an Oregon team that was considered inferior to its Washington opponents upset the Huskies 58-0 in Eugene. Irate and vowing revenge, Washington head coach Jim Owens guaranteed that his team would score at least 59 points against the Ducks in 1974. The final score that following year? Washington 66, Oregon 0. Down 24-20 late in the fourth quarter of their 1994 matchup, Kenny Wheaton made a play that turned the tide for Oregon.
Backside pressure ball is intercepted! Kenny Wheaton! Touchdown if he doesn't trip!
Oregon upset the number 9 Huskies 31-20, and what became known as the pick is the play that arguably made Oregon football what it is today. Washington would head to the Rose Bowl under Rick Neuheisel, but will miss out on a national championship after falling to Oregon 23-16 in 2000, the Huskies' only loss of the season. An investigative report in 2008 by the Seattle Times took a look back at Neuheisel and athletic director Barbara Hedges during that 2000 season, running articles on the team overlooking disciplinary issues, including criminal behavior, by members of the football team. That story came on top of the fact that Neuheisel was disciplined by the NCAA for visiting high school players before the date he was permitted to do so in 1999. Husky fans believe it was Oregon that turned Neuheisel in for the infractions. Did we mention that these schools don't like each other? Neuheisel would be fired in 2003 for events surrounding his participation in an unsanctioned betting pool during the 2003 NCAA basketball tournament. But not before he could rub salt in Oregon's wounds. Washington won 42-14 in Eugene in 2002 as players from Washington came out of the locker room to dance on the Oregon midfield O for 20 minutes. Oregon fans hate Rick Neuheisel. Washington would win 42-10 in 2003, but Oregon's 31-6 win in 2004 started a string of 12 straight wins for the Ducks. Seems they don't take too kindly to the Huskies disrespecting their field. Number 5 Washington came into Eugene in 2016 and came away with a 70-21 win, the Huskies' first win over the Ducks in 13 years. Another win in 2017 puts the Huskies in the driver's seat of the rivalry with a 60-45-5 overall record heading into 2018. These two schools handle their business in the Pacific Northwest. There is no love lost between these huge rivals. Oregon hates Washington, the Huskies hate the Ducks. These Pac-12 rivals will continue doing battle in the Pac-12 North, furthering the hate and vitriol in this matchup, tailor-made for stadium rivals.